If you do not have access to a machine lathe, then these are the things you are going to need. You're going to need a square, you need scissors, you need something to prop up the handle grip with after you apply the shrink tubing. You're going to need a 6-inch long minimum bolt, either a 1/4 or a 1/4 28. You're going to need a pen and the tongue depressor. You don't need the tongue depressor, but it gives you a nicer finish. You're going to need the heat gun, and you're going to need the shrink tubing. And once again, here is the recommended shrink tubing item number that we like to use. Now we are going to attach the bolts into the hole. Well, chances are you may have a little bit of play if you don't have a 1/4 inch steel rod and you're using a bolt, a 1/4 20 bolt, it may be a tiny bit small. So we'll take a small piece of paper and wrap it around the bolt. Not too much. And we'll shove it in the hole so it's snug, but not to the point where it's damaging the plastic. We're going to insert handle into the shrink tubing with the same distance between the hilt and the end cap. We're going to hold it on this plate. We're going to take our heat gun. And we're going to hold it very close. We're going to start rotating it by hand. Again, starting in the middle, and then once the middle is shrunk down, we're going to work our way out to both ends. Basically doing the same thing that we did on the lathe. We're just spinning it manually. As you can see, it's slowly starting to contour and shrink around the shape of the handle. We're going to do this many times. You can see we're holding the heat gun very close to the handle, the hand grip. And now we're going to take our popsicle stick again. We're going to rub around it. And once we're done with the popsicle stick, we'll hit it with the heat gun one last time. Slowly working our way down. And now we want to prop it up in a way where it won't touch it too much. In this case, we use a pill bottle and just rest it against the rod and allow it to cool for 10 minutes in room temperature till it is cool to the touch. Okay, now that you've applied the shrink tubing to the handles and it's cool to the touch, we're going to cut it off now. We're going to trim the edges, and you want to use a regular straight razor blade. It's better than an X-Acto knife because it's thinner and it's straighter, and you'll get a straighter cut with this. So we want to start off, we want to basically locate where the shrink tubing meets with the hilt. We want to start trimming here. Press in firmly and work your way around it like so.
get to the flat part of the hilt, I want to basically just cut all the way across, going as close to the aluminum as you can, like so, and then meet it with the other end, like you did. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom. We're going to kind of figure out where we're going to meet with the plastic end cap. I'm going to start cutting. Try not to cut into the end cap to avoid damaging it. And press firmly and carefully through the shrink tubing, but not quite into the rubber padding too much underneath. You want to use a nice sharp razor blade. Don't use an old used one. Use a new sharp one. And once you get to the other end, it should be complete. Now, cut away most of this right here, and it comes right off. Same thing on this side. Cut as much of it away as you can without scratching the aluminum, and then peel away the thing. And there you go. Touch this up a little bit right here. And there you go. You have a repaired hand grip. All right, now let's take one little picture here of the three of them.
And as you can see here, here is the progression. It starts out with a damaged Spidergrips handle with the bare foam exposed. Here is the shrink tubing applied to it before it's trimmed. And here's the finished product after it's trimmed. As you can see, it looks very nice. It's a little bit different, but it still looks good. And this serves as a very easy and inexpensive way to repair your Spidergrips handle. And it leaves a durable cover over it that has a nice feel to it, and you can still feel the cushioning from the original pad underneath it. It feels similar to like an iPhone handle, and it should last you a very, very long time, and it's an inexpensive, easy way of doing it yourself.